Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is going to be a daily collective message for January. Here we go. I'm forgetting the dates again already. We're not too far into January, so let's see. What is today's date? Oh my gosh. The 5th. Today's the 5th, January 5th, Thursday, January 5th. I didn't get a daily collective message out yesterday, but I did get Taurus's video out, so check that out if you've got Taurus placements in your chart. So let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, remember that not every message will be for you. Use your discernment when it comes to the information that you're receiving here. And of course, with any other reader, we're reading collectively for lots and lots of people, right? I am available for personal readings, and that information is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. So I hope you guys are having a great week. We're almost to Friday. Let's see what's going on for Thursday, January 5th for the collective. Communication. Spirit's saying one more allowance. I was actually just thinking about this morning, and I'm not surprised that this came out. You may, we're in Mercury retrograde, we're in Mars retrograde. You may be having a hard time getting communication across or not being heard. And I think that one thing that a lot of people fail to understand is that when we think about our throat chakra isn't just about talking, being heard. It's also about listening as well. So it's almost like you're so busy in your head that you're not allowing for the messages that people are conveying to you to come through. So make sure that you are listening, and make sure that you are also, speaking, saying exactly what it is that you mean. So communication is a 5 here. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. And then allowance, number 9. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. In reading that, I feel like there's a lot of ego kind of coming in. It's like, here's to this, here's to that. Like, it's asking you to truly be discerning, thinking about, it's like thinking before you speak, thinking before you act, thinking about, letting these things come in and not having that knee-jerk reaction, but rather responding to whatever a given situation is at any time. So definitely pay attention to that. Make sure you're grounding yourself right now as well. You may feel a little off, a little flighty, not sure which direction to go. So if you are in that space, it's time to settle itself down. And as I say, that moderation comes out in preservation. Preserve your energy. Don't spend, unnecessary time. I feel like it's a little bit having to do with conflict. Don't spend time in conflict that is not necessary. So that moderation, again, balancing out what it is that we're taking in, what it is that we're giving. Preservation, preserve your energy, right? Like, preserve yourself. Don't unnecessarily engage in things that are not serving of you at this time. So really, slow down and pay attention to your feelings before you're doing anything about anything. Because if you're not, you could be creating issues that, don't need to be there at this point. So, all right, guys, let's keep moving. There was another message that came through from Spirit, and sometimes these things come in so fast and they go so fast, and it's like I can't keep up with everything they're giving me. So hopefully that pops back up at some point and I can share that with you. Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, if I see, I didn't get to do the collective yesterday. Monday, Tuesday, and today, The damn chaos card keeps popping up. It's like, and I really feel like right now with this, it's like, you know, don't engage in things that are not, I talked about the emotion, there it is. Don't engage with things that are just not, you know, they're just tumultuous is how it feels to me. So, High Priestess of Water, very much the emotional, and the High Priestess of Fire, talk about balancing energies. It's making me think of all earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and all water, Scorpio, Scorpio, Libra. You may be dealing with a Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. That to me is very significant of the moderation, right? Like, you know, water puts out fire and what have you. If there's water, there's not going to be fire, vice versa. Make sure that you're taking action based on what feels right, rather than just doing, again, because it's like if you're reacting rather than responding, you're going to create yourself some issues there, right? So be cautious of that. But you also may be dealing with somebody as well, where you may be, because the way I'm seeing these laid out, where you may be in a state of feeling, and you're dealing with a lot of fire energy coming at you as well. So, you know, discern the messages. Make sure, again, that you're sitting in a state of that moderation to get to where you go. Hostility sitting there, yeah, I've talked about that, you know, like, just you feel like you're dealing with something that's a bit tumultuous. So let's see, look at this hair, this one hair, and back there, I look crazy. Just have to look up and see that. All right. I've been getting a lot of low vibe and energy for the first of the year, and it's so weird, like, you know, it's, I don't know, you know, we always start off new year, new me, new this, new whatever, but when things are not healed from the past, they will circle back around. It doesn't matter what time of the year that it is. So, you know, if you're dealing with people like this, all of a sudden somebody may, I don't know, it's almost like they feel as if, just make sure you're coming from the right place, I guess would be the best way to put it. Make sure that whatever new direction you're going, you're doing it from a space of the heart space and compassion, rather than argumentativeness or just being egotistical or bully, like a bully or something like that, right? So, all right, what does the collective? These cards, I'm gonna take those. You got Envy, the Temple Path, Anxiety. You may be dealing with somebody who's watching you reach a level of success that maybe you, and there's that throat chakra again, that communication, right? Like, what are the odds? Excuse me. You may see that somebody, guys, I tend to pick up the darker stuff sometimes, and I apologize. Like, I don't, but I do. What comes through for me. Everybody is different. But it's like when things are out there that are heavy, I tend to pick up on it because I work more in the sense of how can we move forward from these things and heal these things so we don't end up back in the same situations. And I think that's why oftentimes in doing what I do, it's why those types of things come up. But anyhow, so we got Envy, the Temple Path, and Anxiety, and then the 5th chakra, which is our throat chakra. Remember, I talked about talking and listening, right? Our throat chakra is the only chakra that has 2 openings, one to the front, one to the back, whenever you look at like pictures and just, you know, diagrams of the way they work, because we're using 2 main points to the body for energy to flow. It's in and out both, and they need to be in balance and they need to be in flow. Envy, right? So Envy, I feel like for some of you, and of course this is not always going to resonate with everybody, that you're dealing with somebody who is sitting back, like kind of in the shadows. And I talked about the other day too in a collective. It's like as if somebody is watching you. In this case, it's like someone's watching you succeed, watching you level up, watching you build your way, watching you follow this path. And this person's kind of coming in and trying to kind of, and I think I said this, derail your successes, derail what it is that you're working on for yourself. Don't let somebody play on your emotions to the point that it's like they're triggering, they're trying to trigger you, they're trying to create chaos. So try to stay out of that energy, and that can be hard. So if you know you're going into a situation that can be off-putting? Are you having to deal with somebody that you know, aren't real keen on, or whatever the situation may be? You know, it's easy for us to say, you know, avoid those kinds of situations and avoid those kinds of people. But there are times where we are in a position that we have to deal with something like that for some reason. Make sure that you're grounding your energy. Make sure that you're standing firm in what it is that you're doing, because I do feel like they're putting some of you in a space of, you know, like feeling like something's coming as a result. So be cautious with your words. Come from a healthy place. You know, speak kindly and lovingly. I seen these on the split and they came out together again. The Emperor, the Ace of Wands. To me, you know, you're dealing with this. And then, or I'm sorry, it was the Ace of Swords, but the Ace of Swords is on the bottom. So I've got the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. I feel like, you know, again, there's that fire energy in this. I kind of feel like these two cards, the Envy and the High Priestess of Fire, is there. I do feel like someone's in a state of like an aggressive, hostile, coming at you, throwing everything at you. You know, to them, they're speaking their truth. To them, they are like, they're feeling justified in their behavior, their actions, their words. Be cautious of that. You know, you're dealing with some Aries energy there. We got the Hermit, Pisces kind of coming out in reverse. I think that you are moving forward in a space that is brought you to a sense of emotional understanding, emotional maturity. That's you're gaining that confidence, right? And then it's like all of a sudden, again, you're elevating, you're leveling up. Something has changed about you, and this other person or other situation or whatever it is seeing these changes are taking place, and it's like they want to come in and kind of derail what it is you've got going on. Anxiety, the Devil, yeah, like they're trying to reel you back into past toxic cycles. So if this is oh my gosh, where did these two cards come from? Why are those in there? Got the Eight of Swords in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. I've been shuffling this for how long? Completely different deck. But okay. I'm going to address that in a second. But there we go. Yeah. Where are these? Okay. There is zero reason why these cards should be in here, but yet here they are. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to, you know what? I am literally going to finish this reading off with these cards. I have no idea why they're in here. All right, I'm going to take these. We're going to run with these, and I'm going to let the rest go. That's wild. Okay, so Eight of Swords in reverse, the Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups. Hang on. Do not get yourself in a space of anxiety again. These cards are repeating, and there's that Page of Cups right there. They be. Queen of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like I'm kind of getting the storyline, and I'm going to take these as they came. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Do not let this anxiety of whatever is transpiring, this worry that's going on, keep you stuck. Don't let someone else come in, derail your plans, put your plans on hold for whatever the reason is that, you know, that's happening. You've come a long way. You've got everything available to you. The golden opportunities are there. It's what you're going to do with them. So you can either fall back in pattern of these arguments, this nonsense, or whatever this person's deal is. But it's almost like it's not so much an argument as it is snippiness. The way they're saying their words, the way they're presenting themselves to you. Keep your emotions in check. That Four of Pentacles and that King of Cups, keep your emotions in check, because this hostile energy, and they may be a very narcissistic energy, gaslighting. I just had a situation the other day, and I'm like, okay, seen through that, but okay. Same thing here. You got the Queen of Pentacles in or the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Don't, you know, and two, you know, like when you are dealing with somebody that's hostile, stand in grace and stand in love, stand in compassion. People that are angry don't like it when they can't upset people. They can't bring other people into their space of upset and anger and whatever the hell it is. They just don't, they don't like it. They don't want to be happier. They don't want you to be nice to them. They want you to be mean so they can be a victim, right? So, oh my. All right, let's see. I kind of feel like for some of you too, that preservation is like, this person really just said this to me. Like, that's what I'm hearing, like this aggressive, anxietizing behavior. They're coming in and they're like, "Arr," you know, and you're just like, what? Like, you really just, like, what is going on? It's funny. I'm sorry if you hear the cat. Receiving elation. I am born of infinite joy. Stand, I mean, like, what? Stand in your light. Stand in this path that you're on, this temple path, because you're protected. And it's like, you know, it's like getting yourself in check with mind, body, and spirit. You know, do what you need to do for you. Be discerning of the situations surrounding you. Dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. And anchoring the light. The light is always within me. And something, you know, send those positive, that positive energy back out. Like, even if it is hard, even if it is challenging in regards to a person or a situation at this time, remember how you got to where you are. It was with joyous, creative, curious wonder that gets you to where you are. And if you feel like, you know, that preservation, I will, you know, and then you have, I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Don't be afraid to just walk away and say, I'm sorry, I cannot have this conversation with you. I cannot do this with you right now. This is not an option at all. Because to me, this is about taking a pause, taking a break, taking a time out, and readjusting you. Because then following that, we have the light is always within me. If you come back in a balanced space, right? That moderation, that balancing of space, allowing for communication and stuff to flow in a balanced form, it's really hard for someone else to derail you. So I think this was a very simple message, and I'm not surprised to see that as we start to close up some of the, or get closer to clearing up some of these retrograde cycles. Spirit's telling me to split the deck. Why? What do we got here? Oh, okay. 8 of Cups. Yeah, listen. We got the 4 of Pentacles. Spirit told me to split the decks. I was like, all right, let's do it. Get the 4 of Pentacles, the Devil, the 8 of Cups in reverse. Someone is trying to keep you stuck. Definitely trying to keep you stuck. And make sure it's not your own self keeping you stuck too, okay? Because we can't be great at blaming others, but also take a look at ourselves. Give yourself a different perspective. You may find that it's something or someone that you're dealing with, you may be in a place where you're going to have to switch up how you do things. And Spirit is saying again, you may have to switch up how you're doing things again. So, where maybe for a little while you found peace in a certain way of doing things with something or someone, all of a sudden is, it's just like it's off balance, right? Like it's not working anymore again. And this whole idea of again keeps popping up. So you may have to find a different approach. So re-examine. You know, we're in the retrogrades, so the re's, re-examine, read the fine print, you know, rethink, redo, whatever, revise. So you may be in a space of needing to revise certain aspects so that you have a more balanced approach in dealing with situations of people that may just not be on the same playing field as you right now, okay? So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up at that. If you found this message resonated for you, please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. It's one of the greatest ways to show appreciation for what we do here on the channel. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And of course, you know, share it, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend, because messages are universal, right? There's always there's some wisdom to gain in that. So I wish you guys the very best day. Sending you all my love. Take care, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.